So, welcome back to another live. We are just going to do a quick sanding on a table of mine by here. Now, I made this table about 4 years ago, and I will just get it now to show you. If you just give me a sec. Right, now I'm back, all right? So, excuse me. In previous videos on my YouTube channel, I've been using a lot of this oil, all right, this Osmo oil. All right, and what I'm finding with it, it doesn't matter how many coats of this stuff you put on, it seems to let water through. I don't know if I've got a bad tin, so I don't know if anyone's on my channel who uses this, have had problems in the past. It is a lovely oil, great to apply, but I've had a bit of bad luck with it. So what I'm doing now is projects that I've actually made with Osmo oil. I'm actually sanding that off, and I'm going ahead and I'm just putting a simple varnish on. This is a quick dry varnish by Ronseal Trade. It is awesome stuff. It dries rapid. You can get 3 coats done in about an hour with this with a heat gun. So it's absolutely awesome, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to get my heat gun out ready actually to dry the coats. I forgot all about that. Get the air dryer. So it looks like I'm going to have to get the air dryer from the house, obviously, to do a coat on here. Right, so anyway, I'm going to crack on and I'm going to sand this. We're not going to do a lot of talking on this video. We're just going to get on with it because I've got to crack on. So obviously on this now you can see who's on ya. Liverpool. Hi, I'm the first one to pop up. Thank you very much, Liverpool. Nice to see you as well. Hey, Winter. Right, so I'll tell you what I'm making quick. I made this table about 4 years ago, all right? It's a resin table. They do say resin is very durable, but what I found is this resin, it seems to have little knocks and bumps and everything in there. But what I done when I first made this table is I applied this oil, which is called an Osmo oil, to the table, all right? And what it seemed to do is let a bit of water and everything get through. So it seems to be damaging the oak, or discolouring it. So all I'm doing now is I'm going to sand the table, and I'm going to apply a couple of coats of this varnish on the table. This stuff is lovely to apply. It dries very quick. I highly recommend this stuff with timber. But this is an oak table. I bought this oak, all right? It was off a guy on eBay about 6 years ago. Now, this oak is called cankered oak. It is quite a rare oak. I've never seen a piece like it before. I've got a nice few lengths of it stored in my storage, and I plan to make other furniture out of it. But I don't want to make anything out of it until I'm 100% sure. So anyway, thanks for everyone who's joining. If you like what you see, give us a like and subscribe. That'd be absolutely awesome. I'm going to crack on sanding this now, and then I can go ahead and get a coat of varnish on there. I'm hoping to get 3 coats of this stuff on within 1 hour, using a hairdryer in between each coat, dry the coats, sand in between, and then we'll crack on with the video then. Thank you for everyone who's joining. I know it might be a bit boring, but I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding now. Alright, so that's it. I hope you can see it. Can everyone see this on the video alright, or do I need to move it in or out a bit? Just say. Right, I got to crack on. Looking at the oak, it's looking like it's in good nick. So satisfying. Thank you, Morgan. Hi, the wood is stunning. Thank you, Harden. That is absolutely awesome. That's a lovely comment. Yes, like I said a little bit earlier, this is a rare oak. It's a lovely colour on it. I'll just try and get you in on the camera now so you can see it. It is a beautiful wood. It's one of my favourite tables I've ever made. Can you see that? Oop. There we go, just so you can see it, all right? It's a beautiful oak. You've got the 2 different colours, which I love. It's got a lovely pattern down the side. Look, I love all this bit on there. That is absolutely stunning, see? So basically, I'm going to refinish this table because it's had a bit of water damage, and I don't want to lose the table. So I'm just going to spend the time now, sand it, get a couple of coats of oil on there, and then this table will be saved and rescued then. I got the legs to do, we're going to do that tomorrow, just re-sand them. I'm going to install some new lighting under there and whatnot, and away to go then. But I will tell you now, for the small table, this is quite a heavy table. It's got a fair bit of weight to it, but it's beautiful. I love it. So yes, I'm going to crack on and sand this now, and we'll go ahead and get a bit of varnish on there then. Thank you very much. Right. Right, so we're just going to hoover the dust off now, the table. We will get the dust off, and then I'm ready to apply a coat of varnish. Now I'm thinking of putting a coat of varnish over the top of the resin. I don't know what it's going to look like. If it doesn't look good in the morning, then obviously I've got to decide what I'm doing. Or I might just cut in with a brush and see what that looks like. So this is something I haven't done before. This is why a lot of people use the Osmo oil, because you can just apply it with a sponge. So I'm trying something different by us, so hopefully it'll work out nice. But if it doesn't work out, you've always got a sander. You can re-sand it and refinish again. So that's the beauty of timber. Right, so let's just crack on now and get rid of the dust, which is hardly any with the sanders. Lovely. So that's the table. Dan the man, you're back. Nice to see you, Dan. So satisfying, Morgan. Yes, you like it as well. Nice to see you, Dan. You were back. Thumbs up to you, buddy. Might be a little bit boring this one. All I'm doing is sanding a table, but I thought I might as well jump on a live and do it live in it. You never know. Somebody might like it, somebody might not. So that's the table. We're given a light sand. It's taken less than 10 minutes to sand this table. We've got the top layer off. This is how it's looking. All right. The oak's looking nice. It's a little bit discoloured and tired, see? So the Osmo oil must have been letting spills where the kids have been spilling drinks on the table. So we're going to get a nice varnish on here. I'm hoping it's going to turn out nice. But like I said, if it doesn't turn out nice, all we're going to do is sand it straight back off and get another finish and get another coat of something else on there. So I'm not bothered how it's going to look. I wish it looks nice, but if it doesn't look nice with this varnish, we're going to go with something else, see? So we don't care. So you just give the varnish a stir. Alright, as you can see, that looks white in the tin, yeah? Varnish is not white. This stuff dries clear. Just so you know, so don't panic if you open up a tin of varnish and it looks white, alright? So just give them a stir. Don't need to be fussy with it. Get the excess off whatever you've used to stir it. That is that. I'm just going to chuck that aside and dip in my brush in. I'm not going to apply a lot. And then we're just going to apply the varnish straight to the timber with a brush. So all we're going to do here is we're going to try and just cut in very close to that. You know what, I think we've done alright for there. We can cut in nice. Dab the sides while we're at it. Now you might start seeing the wood start to pop. It's looking gorgeous already. Obviously it's got like a white look to it at the moment. But on camera what you will find is you will start seeing this white go. And then you'll get the finish on the varnish. I don't know if you can see that on camera, what it's looking like. I'm going to like and subscribe. Yes, thank you, Dan. If anyone likes what you see, don't forget, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. That'd be absolutely awesome. It just helps my channel grow. Obviously, I'm trying to give you something to watch while you're at home. Don't know if you're interested in it. All I'm doing is a bit of varnish in mind. So all you do with varnish, right? I've mentioned in previous videos on my channel. You just apply it. You leave it a couple of minutes, alright? And then what you do is you lay it off. And all laying off means is you just get your brush, the same brush you were using, and you just go back over the work you just done. So this bit I done like a minute or so ago. I'll get my brush, and I will just go back over like so. Alright, and this is called laying off the paint then. So what the paint will do, well it's not a paint is it, it's a varnish. The varnish will level itself out and it'll give you a pristine finish. Now trust me on this works an absolute treat. And once we've done this and all this is dried, I will go live on another video just to prove to you how beautiful the finish of this will be, okay? And look how quick I'm doing this now. I'm already down one half and I've only been on here, well we've been on here about 3 minutes for one half of the table. Doesn't take long. Just crack on, get it on. So did you see what I done then? I just dipped it in, got rid of what's on my brush, then I will use my brush and then I will cut in nice and tight to the resin with my brush. Don't know how it's going to look yet, it's looking good to me. I'm not going to lie, I've been painting for years, mind, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty good at cutting in. So you just got to get it on there, that's all. A little bit awkward this bit. I'll just slap that bit over there now. And we're just going to try and dab it in there quietly. All I'm trying to do is making sure that this oak is covered, that's all. Just protecting the oak. If I'm not happy with the way it looks, I'll probably put a coat of varnish on top of the resin as well then. But at this moment in time, it's looking absolutely beautiful. Don't know if you can see this starting to pop out now. The oak is looking absolutely beautiful. So we're just applying that. Then we'll use what's left on the brush and we will do our sides. Just like so. I got my hose in the way. Just like that. And we'll get a little bit more varnish now just to finish off this end piece. Lay it off there, get it off the brush. And then we will just cut the final piece by here. It's nothing hard to varnish, so don't go panicking thinking, oh, I gotta get a specialist decorator in to do this. All you need, synthetic brush and a bit of patience, and that's it. Nothing else. And I will show you the final results on this with a close-up so you can see for yourself how lovely it looks. See, look at that. It's as simple as that. Nothing complicated. Don't need to have 25 GCSEs to do this. Anyone can do this. Alright, it's not hard. Just take your time. I'm showing you live in real time now how quick something like this is to do. It is not hard in any way. So now we're going with the layoff that I just mentioned. Alright, we're going back over the piece. I'll go back over this bit that I just done now. Can everyone see that on the camera? Can everyone see that? Look at the difference in this side to this side. Now I've just applied this coat and what has that taken? 5 minutes? 6 minutes? Something like that? Doesn't take long, does it? So we're going to do our second side now. We're on to side number 2. Like I've said, dip the brush in, get the excess off, lay that to one side there, and then do your bit of cutting in, whatever cutting in you've got to do. Just quietly cut in like so. That's looking good to me. I'm just lightly putting it on there. Dab the brush if you wish. You do whatever way you feel comfortable laying the paint on. There's no right or wrong way in holding a brush. It's whatever you feel comfy with. See some people, they use them this way, all sorts of nonsense. If you've got a good line, you're doing it the right way. And that's that, so we just lay that off. Dab the sides. Brush them, dab this side. Lay that off a bit, it's looking a little bit thick, there we go, that's gone. Dip the brush. And that's it, it's as simple as that. Cut in whatever way you wish. So I'm cutting in this direction this time now. Making sure I'm getting it on the wood. Just like so. I've been doing this for years. I can either cut in like this or I can do a back pull on a cut and I just twist my hand like this with my brush. You don't see many people doing that, but I just find that's a nice way of doing it. It works for me. So when I'm laying this paint off now, as you see, I'm not pressing as hard on the brush. I'm just giving it a light pressure, leaving the brush do the work, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Nothing complicated. I might have just missed a bit over there, I can see, so I'll get back to that now in a minute. And you are watching this dry in real time now on this live. I'm just showing you how quick this oil dries and how easy it is to apply. So if ever you're thinking of varnishing, like I said, and you're a bit worried about it, well, it's not hard, alright? You can't mess it up. If you do mess it up, you can always sand it off. Right? You're not ruined if you think that's not looking good enough. You've always got a sander as a backup. There we go, look at that. I'm in a bit of a rush. I got the missus whinging. There's no table in the living room. So I need to get these on now. I've got to walk the dog. And then come back, do another coat. And then I can get the table in the living room tonight. But I don't want nothing on it tonight. It's going to take 24 hours to fully cure. Making sure I get a nice bit on there. Maybe put a touch too much on there now, so I'll just lay this off. Use this on the side. Now we've applied that, we're going to lay off. As you can see, it looks white when it goes on and it starts drying clear straight away. 100% on this bit, so I'm going to go over there because I don't know if it needs another hit. That's looking good now. No, it's just the colour of the wood. So that's the first coat of varnish applied. That haven't taken minutes. About what have I taken? I don't know, about 8 minutes, and we're done on that. So it doesn't take long, does it? Maybe shouldn't have gone back over that bit, but we're not worried because that's our first coat. So this table now will go through 3 coats of varnish this evening, and then that is it. But look at the difference this is looking like already with this coat on there. It's making the wood pop. It's looking beautiful. Thank you for the subscription. It's looking beautiful. And look at that. 20 minutes work. First coat on. That's him, look. See? Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to get a dryer now. We're going to dry this coat. And then what we've got to do after we've done that coat is we lightly sand by hand, and we use a 280 grit, alright? We've got to use a 280 grit paper after you've applied your first coat, and we just lightly go over with this. There's no hard sanding, you just lightly rub the surface. Once you've done this then with a 280 grit, alright, that's when we go back over and put a second coat on. Now this varnish does say on the tin, you've got to use a brush, right? It's not a roller varnish. You just use a brush, a synthetic brush, do it nice and quietly and nice and gently, and then you get a beautiful finish. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to run in the house now. I'm going to go and grab an hairdryer, all right? I'm going to leave this run by here. You can watch this dry in real time. I will put the hairdryer over here, and I will show you how quick I can put my hand on this varnish to show you how dry it is. All right, I'll be back now. Give me a minute. I'll be 1 minute. plug that in. I'm trying to do it quick because I wanted to show you in real time. So I'm just going to put the hairdryer on. And this now will dry in about 3 minutes, if that. I don't know if you can see on there, it's already drying. Here's the first bit we done, that's already dry. There we are, look, see that's dry already there now. See, nothing on the hands. All dry. I'll just go over with the hairdryer now, dry this side. You might be able to see it on the camera drying. This is drying rapid now. So I'm not going too close to the hairdryer. I'm keeping it at about 300 ml off the table. It just allows it to dry as if we're on a summer's day. That's all we're doing. Get this coat dry, then we can sand. A light sand of a 280 grit and then apply a second coat then. Thank you for everyone who's staying on this live. Mind you don't have to, but thank you very much. But as you can see, this side's already dry now, see? Look at that. Don't take long, does it? When you think a job is going to take you forever, obviously if you're buying the quick drying stuff, you can just use an air dryer, a heat gun, anything that'll speed it up and dry it. There's no harm in it. And that's drying beautiful. This is the side just to make sure that they're dry now before I come and do this. And that's it. What do you think of that? Simple. Old hairdryer. Coat of varnish on. Look, we're all done in about 25 minutes. We've sanded. We've put a coat of varnish on. I'll just lightly sand this quick now. Hoover the top. And then I'll chuck a second coat on. And I'm done in about 45 minutes. I'll probably leave the second coat dry naturally then. I'll go and walk a dog. I'll come back later. And then I'll chuck my third coat on here. I'll leave that. I'll go and have a bath. I'll come back tonight and carry this table into my living room. And it's as quick as that. That's all it takes. You don't have to go thinking that things take forever. You need to get professionals in. Anyone can do this. So, to put the second coat on, you get the 280 grit. Alright? This is a 280 sanding pad. It's just an old pad that I've got. I just fold it over like so. And then I will lightly rub the surface. We're not taking it off. We're just lightly rubbing any imperfections in there, and that's it. So, now that you've seen that, we're going to lightly key this now. So obviously when we're sanding, we're going with the grain, alright? We're not going back and forth like this because that leaves score marks. We're just going with the grain. I am not pressing hard. I am just lightly sanding, and that's it. We're taking off any imperfections in the varnish that we just applied. And that is it. And all this is doing now is called keying the surface, right? It will key the surface ready for our second coat. And that is it. So there's that one, that's sanded. As you can see, that's gone like a matte colour now. And I'll go over, use the 280 grit on this side, and then I can apply my second coat of varnish then. It's as simple as that. All I'm trying to do is not trying to hit that resin, because it will look awful. Don't know what we're doing about that yet, refinishing it. But I'm going to see how this varnish lasts out on this table. If that doesn't last, then I'm going to go with a flood coat of resin. Right, so we just hoover that now quickly, and then we're ready to lay our second coat of varnish. This video has only taken about 25 minutes to do. Right, so we're ready for second coat now. We'll just get the varnish and we will apply the second coat. Now, this is a simple procedure like I showed you on the last coat. All we do is dip the brush in and we just lay the varnish on the table. So this is coat number 2 now. We're just going to cut it into the resin, taking our time. Find out more and see what else you can do to help at bridgend.gov.uk.
Hello, it's Phil for till 7. It's drive time on the 30th of December. Music from Beyonce and Miles Smith on the way very soon.
That is it. See, dab the sides with what's left on the brush. Lay them off, and then lay your varnish off. As you can see, it's starting to pop now, the timber. What do you think of that? You still on there, Dan? It's looking nice, I reckon. Right, so here's the awkward bit now. I've got to try and get in here. What I don't want to do is leave thick bits of varnish in here. So I'm trying my hardest not to make a mess. It's a little bit awkward. That's looking good to me. A little bit for over there. Dab him on. Cut him in. What's left on the brush now we will pop on the sides. If you're looking for a bit more, you can always take it off the tabletop, get it on there. Just like so. It's as simple as that, varnishing. It is not hard at all. Lay the paint off now. That's what we're doing, laying it off. On to the other side. And that is it. It's as simple as that. Doesn't take long. Obviously we're probably going to be on a 40-minute video by here now, I'd imagine. We've put 2 coats of varnish on. I might actually dry this one quick with an hairdryer and slap the 3rd one on while I'm here. Job done. I'm going to leave it, I think. As you can imagine, if you're varnishing something else that's not as complicated as cutting into this, you will be done in half the time. But obviously because I'm doing this, it's taking me a bit longer. And that's it. That's the 2nd coat of varnish applied. As you can see, the 1st coat is already setting on the other side. Job done. Right, I've got to wash my brush out now. just wash this out.
Listen on your smart speaker. Just say play Brit FM radio.
Right, so as you can see now, we've applied the 2 coats of varnish on the table, and she is looking fabulous. So that's our 2 coats of varnish. Right, just going to get that off there. Looking absolutely brilliant. Look at that. Marvellous stuff. So the oak's gone a little bit darker with the varnish. I'm happy with it. I hope you got something from this video. We're going to shut down for now, and I'll see you on the next video.